iBuyers are a relatively new option when it comes to selling your home here in Tucson. They provide a quick option if you need to sell as soon as possible, but they're not the only option available. There's still traditional local home buyers here in Tucson, Arizona that have the cash to buy your home or the ability to finance it, and they're able to buy your home today. How does the iBuyer compare to a local home buyer here in Tucson? Hi, my name's Carl Krenzel. I'm a local real estate broker as well as home investor, and I own my own company over here called Carl Buys Houses. iBuyers are companies that buy and sell real estate through technology itself. They have felt that the need to simplify and streamline the real estate transaction process, and basically eliminating the real estate licensee. The iBuyers provide a platform to buy directly from homeowners as well as sell to buyers directly. These companies are looking for properties in very good condition with very minimal or almost no repairs to make. If the property does need repair, well, then they'll often need to offer a lot less for the house, or they'll require the seller to make repairs themselves before closing. iBuyers are focused on higher volume and less profit per unit. And as of right now, iBuyers are not active in all areas, as they tend to focus on only very active areas with property values around $250,000, as well as certain ages. Now, if you're trying to sell your property through an iBuyer, as a local property owner, you need to know how an iBuyer compares to a local home buyer here in Tucson. When you decide to sell your property here in Tucson, it's time to know what to do. Through an iBuyers platform, property owners can request an offer from the property. The owner fills out the information about the property and will disclose any known issues or recent upgrades. If the property meets the company's initial criteria, the platform itself then runs an evaluation on the subject property. The iBuyer will typically get a cash offer from them within 24 to 48 hours of the request. After the owner accepts the offer, the iBuyer will usually send out an inspector to verify the status of the property. If any repairs need to be made, they will either request the seller to fix them or they'll deduct the repair costs from the offer. Now, when the offers and the repairs are all settled, then the owner picks up the close date. Now, when you're trying to sell your property to a local home buyer, the situation's a lot different. A local home buyer in Tucson will generally be using a real estate agent. This means the local home buyer will most likely be finding your property through the multiple listing service or the MLS of the area. The buyer's agent will then present the offer contract to the selling agent or the seller directly if not using an agent. If the seller accepts the offer, then the buyer will usually hire an inspector to make sure there's no hidden surprises. If you're lucky, the buyer will purchase the property in all cash situations. However, the typical home buyer is typically going to need financing, which is going to take 30, 60, maybe even 90 days to close, depending on the lender. This point in the process is where some buyers are really forced to withdraw their offer because of financing issues. If they can make it past this point and the inspection comes back agreeable along with the appraisal, well, then the closing occurs according to the contract. Now, local home buyers that do not use real estate agents are usually investors. Working with these buyers will have the aspects of an iBuyer as well as a buyer with a real estate agent as well. They tend to make an all-cash offer with a quick acceptance period, but they don't really have the inspection tendencies like local home buyers do that work with real estate agents. They'll most likely hire an inspector, request a price reduction for any repairs that are needed, and some investors may need some time to inspect the property or secure financing. The cash local home buyers will tend to close quickly since they're not waiting for financing. For more information on how an iBuyer compares to a local home buyer here in Tucson, please call Carl Buys Houses at 520-403-6227 or send me a message by clicking in the link below. Thanks for calling, and as always, have a powerful sales day. Bye-bye.